Fam, what is up with the squad? It's your favorite RT with Uncle Tendencies in the building with Coach Coleman back like we never left. Coach Coleman in the building. What's up, Coach?
Hey,
What's up? What's up? What's
take
up? What's
your
up?
time. What's the rush? Come and talk
Sunday night,
hoops
y'all. Sunday night.
with us.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
Happy Mother's Day
Absolutely happy Mother's
to
Day to
all the
all the
mothers.
mothers out there.
Mothers of all kinds. We
Good
thank
karate
you
for
for.
you. Kia High Life. Emily. What's good? What's good? What's good? Danbury Sports Highlight. What's good? What's good? What's good? Coach, we gotta wrap up. We moving into the end of the WNBA season, man. Let's wrap up. Let's wrap up this weekend.
Into the preseason, huh?
Yeah, gotta wrap up this WNBA preseason. Get ready for the regular season. But
Yeah.
before we get into all of that, let me just remind everybody that we are in the WNBA season, and win, lose, or draw, I'm a Gamecock. So I'm not finna be standing for no disrespect to Dawn Staley.
Uh-huh.
The disrespect, wild. The disrespect is wild. Some of these takes is wild. Some of these takes, especially now that Tahina Paopao when it showed out like she showed out. So let's start with Atlanta. Paopao when it showed out like she showed out, right? And I'm still hearing people talk about what Dawn don't develop, what Dawn can't do. Tahina Paopao ain't the same player that she was before she left Oregon. Did she come with a skill set? Yes, she did. Did Dawn improve on that and develop that to what it is now? Yes, she did. I'm not understanding the disrespect. I'm just not understanding the disrespect, and I'm really getting sick of it. I'm really getting sick of it. You did what? You did what right this time? You are hilarious. Yeah, we gotta let the Dawn don't develop arguments go. We gotta let them go. Brittany, what's going on, fam? We gotta let them go. We gotta let them go. Let's talk about. Did you get to see Papa this weekend? What did you think about Papa? Let's talk about Papa.
I did. She looked very crisp, astute, and what I like is that you got to see her in a pro set and get more into a bag. She was in an environment where they needed her to be more in the bag, and that's the difference. When you say, "Oh, she only did this," but now she's in the setting where they wanted her, and the coach needed her to get in the bag, and she needed to get in the bag to prove that she can play at this level. And what I like about it, because the coaching, the programs are coming from, nothing was forced. Everything was within. Most of everything was within the flow, and so I like the defensive. I like she had the handles on a yo-yo, putting people on skates, good court vision, and she understands for her longevity, she has to be able to facilitate. So Pow is showing that. And so starting off and staying healthy, I expect great things, and I like to see her around as long as she stays locked in and she has that mentality. But that shows when somebody comes to the program. Doesn't matter if they didn't start with them the whole 4 years. You're not going to see that much. In this, we talked about that before. You're not going to see somebody staying the program for 4 years. They're going to move around because they have a little more freedom too. They don't have much transfer restrictions as in the olden days. And so I think people got to get over that and get used to this is college basketball now. This is what it looks like. And we mentioned it before. It's going to, if they be successful, it's going to be whatever they picked up along the way from those programs they were at, and then their personal commitment as well. So, but she did
Yo,
great.
what did you just say on HD stream? What did you just say? What former SE player has spoke or talked about Don player development? Which one in the league ain't talked about Don development? They talk about Don development both on and off the court. All of them. All of them. Asia, Alicia, all of them. All of them. They've all talked about the reason that they where they are is because of Don. On and off the court. Tell me which one of them have it. Tell me that. Which one of them have it? Because I'm telling you which one of them have all of them. Who is your team? Who's your team? Who's your team? And then tell me about the one. I know they're not listening. I did just answer the question. I said Asia, Alicia, all of them. They've all said that Don has developed them both on and off the court. All of them. I answered your question. What was the other answer? What answer are you looking for? How more clear? How much more clearly can I be? Aaliyah Boston. What else? Zaya Cook. What else? I'm naming names for you, Theo. And then I asked you your team. Did you type it yet? And I answered the question. I just answered the question. Yeah, I'm not making up stuff. I'm telling you what I follow these. I follow these players. I watch the interviews. I watch the games. I watch after the game. Oh, I think I might have just broke something. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I think I just broke something. Hold on.
I mean, well, Theo, you mentioned Rick Carlisle, so you mentioned anything in particular? I don't think that. I think it's the overall. Have they got better when they were under that guidance and the leadership?
I didn't break it. It just rolled on. It just rolled over.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Thought I just broke it. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go back to what we were saying.
Yeah, I mean, it asking for specifics. The thing is, has a player got better as far as seeing the game, understanding the game, being able to do reads, and how they apply their skills. So there's a lot to how they got someone better. And then you have a player that was a professional player. So then there's a mindset. There's a whole piece to it, off the court piece that comes to it. How you carry and conduct yourself and has some sustainability in the league, not just as a player, but as a brand and as a professional. So that's a lot. There's a loaded. That's a lot of loaded. There's a lot to unpack in that when you say development. It's on the court skill, and then the skill of what it takes to be a brand and to be a business and to communicate and conduct yourself. So when I think of development, I don't just think about skill set. Are they getting better in their basketball IQ, their court vision, and reading the offenses and reading the defenses? So I hope that answers your question. I don't know what you're searching for. It sounds like you're searching for a real love, baby. Yeah. I don't know. Search low, I search high, but Rob the Man Media, Mr. Shake My Hand in the chat. So on that note, we've had a lot of basketball in a very short time. And we're gonna go with on May 10th, real quick. We're gonna go with scorers of those games. So we got Atlanta on Saturday. On Saturday, May 10th, 2025, you had Atlanta Dream with 76 in Indiana Fever 81. Pretty good game. Atlanta actually most of the game. Atlanta actually controlled most of the tempo. I like how they played out, but it's preseason, so we'll see. So for Atlanta Dream, you had Brianna Jones with 11, Ryan Howard with 10, over 2 Fever, Kelsey Mitchell with 12, and that player that lost in 2 national championship games in college, 13 points. Lexi Hall with 14, and that's your double-digit scorers of that game. Moving over to Toyota Antelopes 52 on Saturday the 10th against the Dallas Wings 119. Meteora had 11. Ono Ondero had 11. That was your double-digit scores for the Antelopes. Over to the Dallas Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks? The Dallas Wings.
I'm sorry, the Wings.
Like the what?
Thank you. Dallas Wings 119. I got excited. We was going. DJ Carrots hit with 12. Hines Allen with 12. Enrique in 17. Paige Buckets 15. Maddie Secrets was out there with some work with 14. Kayla Charles was out and about on the court, picked up 10 points. Big T McCowan, Tierra McCowan with 12 points. And that is your double-digit scorers for that game. Still on Saturday, May 10th, you have Sky is the Limit. Having you want, me what you want, something like that. 87 came up short against the Lynx. Lynx 92. Let's go over to the Sky. Kia Nurse 14 points. Reese 10. We got here Cardoso with 13. And Bantam. We had a Bantam of 14, and Bantam had a positive 10 in her production there. Here we go with the Lynx. Carrollton, 11. Fee, the piece of Carrollton Fee with 26, and she had a positive 11 and a plus minus there. Shepard got on the court, put up 10 points, and had a positive 11 in production. Go court, as Auntie would say. Courtney Williams with 17 points, and she had a plus 7 and a plus minus as far as the production. That is your double-digit scorers for that game. And last but not least, today we had a Golden State bounce. 84. Phoenix Mercury 79. Talk about Mercury. Satu Sabali had a little something going on like this with 15 points, and she was in a plus 11 for production. Alyssa AT had 15 and had plus 9 going on for her production, so that's real good side. Had somebody. Oh, and the Mac had 12 points for Phoenix. Over to Golden State Bounce. Thornton with 12. Carla with 11, and then we had Torre, that French player. Torre had 19, and that's your double-digit scorers for that game. This has been sponsored to you by Wigs, Wings, and Wonders. And I got my fade on yesterday. Baldy coming to you soon. Next haircut. Back to you, Auntie. That has been your double-digit scorers for this weekend. Take your time. What's the rush? We talking hoops with us.
What up, James? So then, Theo, your point is no head coach develops players. So then, what's your point? If you say that the head coach and not a trainer did the player development, then no head coach would do. Then it would be all the trainers that do all the development. Then ain't that what you saying? Or what? I just wonder why you so pressed about Dawn. Tell me the other ones. I'm confused. I'm confused by that. By that, I don't understand why y'all so pressed about Dawn giving you a specific skill set that she develops. She develops pros. She develops pros.
Speaking of players, Kyle Copper missed the preseason game, right, due to a lingering back issue. So we'll see, right? Madison Wilson Scott, I said Madison Scott waived by Dallas. Maya Yamato was waived after they played the Toyota Antelopes. Did she come from the Toyota Antelopes? I'm confused. Reagan Richardson waived by Minnesota. Dorka will not be around for the entire season as it stands right now. Dorka will not. She's still playing overseas. And right now, as it looks, Dorka will not return for the 2025 season. Okay. Stephanie Talbot is questionable for the season for Golden State Valks. Ashley Jones is waived by ATL. And that's what I have on you ladies there. We appreciate those who got the opportunity to drive for the teams, and we hope that you're playing somewhere professionally this season. If that obviously that's your heart's desire. So we just want to encourage those players there to keep pushing. What you got? You got something to chat?
I'm just checking people out. I'm just checking people out. I'm still waiting to hear who Theo team is. Who is your team? I'm still waiting on that part. Why don't y'all ask about players or guards Moki has developed? She is the coach, so she gets the credit as well. End of the story. Yeah, I think you addressed that question. I think you addressed that question pretty well, Coach.
Okay.
As far as like the development and the training and the players.
Right.
It's just weird to me. Like I said, it's just weird to me. Practice, develop, skills, film room, all that. All of those things go into the development. So, and I guess for me, it's that Don put together a program and a system that develops pros. And I think that's just, I think the success of her program has proven that. So the continuous questioning is just like, for what? That's just the part I don't get. That's the piece of it that I don't understand. But I digress. Let's talk about the Valks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Valks. Did you watch today's game? Did you watch today's game?
I only watched the cadet highlights. I gotta go back. So
I wasn't going down a rabbit hole. All I said was I don't think she has a great player development. Nothing about dislike or hate her. I didn't say that you did. Yeah, I'm not going down no rabbit hole. I've been moved on. I just was saying something else. I just asked you who your team was. I don't even think I seen the answer to that question yet. So I would just want the same respect. You asked me a question, I answered it. I'm looking for your answer to my question. Who is your team? Judge and jury. We did a whole segment on that before the season started. Yeah, I don't think you said anything about dislike or hate. I'm still trying to figure out who is your team. So, yeah, we do a lot of the politics of the WNBA and sports over here, judge and jury. So yeah, we're very aware. So but to the Valkyries.
okay.
They came back today and got the win against Phoenix. I don't think that they have a superstar. I don't think that they have a star yet.
No.
But they gonna fight. They gonna fight. They gonna be scrappy.
I'm looking at the roster.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead. I'm just looking at their roster, and nobody says showtime to you. You know what I mean? Nobody. You don't look at anybody and say, "Oh yeah, they're gonna put in work." You
Hey,
know?
let me tell you something. I like Toure. I like what I saw to Toure today.
Right? Okay.
Shoot the hell out the ball. I think she ended up with like 19, 20 points, something like that. I thought she shot the ball really, really well.
I mean,
I don't. I you know. Oh, go ahead.
I was looking at Teamy. Even Teamy had 6 points and quite a few rebounds, offensive and defensive rebounds. So it's good to see that. I think Letitia Amer is bouncing back from a mild injury, nothing major, but just some soreness.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I will look to see LA being very instrumental, hopefully. And but yeah, what you were saying, I don't see any splash of anything. You know, it's you go blue collar team, right?
I mean, very blue collar. We'll see what the final squad looks like. Um, I like LA playing. I would like to see Toure and LA on the floor together. I would. I mean, I like the way she shoots the ball. I like the aggressiveness that that LA brought, especially under the basket, rebounded, trying to put it back, all of that. Yeah, you say Toure need to start. Uh, Emily say you knew it. No, we're not hilarious, but I just think it's kind of disrespectful that you asked me a question, Theo, and I answered it, and you still haven't answered the question that I asked you. All I asked for is the same respect that I give the chat. You asked me a question, I answered it. Who's your team? That was all I asked you. And you told me all about with the chat and all of that, but you never answered my question. That's disrespectful. That's straight disrespectful, bro. I mean, I don't even understand at this point why it's a question that you couldn't answer. So that's straight confusing for me. I don't give a damn what's going on in the chat. You asked me a question, I answered it. I asked you a question, that show me the same respect. What do you think about the coach at Golden State? You think Natalie makes it?
No, no.
Really?
I think you use it for she's gonna make it for a few seasons. It's gonna serve a purpose, just like side serve a purpose. You gotta remember that to get to the next level. So it's gonna serve the purpose, and then you bring in that you know somebody builds it, rides it out, does the dirty work, and somebody takes it to the next level of
Mhm.
glory. And that's how. And I've seen that on all levels, not just pro level. So um, and I think what gets me a little suspect is I just can't see how you justify. It's some other players that did not play. How you justify keeping Chin and some of these other players that did not play or sickness don't
What?
make the team.
What you mean you don't know? I gotta sell tickets to. I gotta sell. Did you? We started
I
this.
know.
We
Yeah,
started
I
this
know.
conversation off with "Ain't no
I know.
superstar, ain't no star."
Right.
How many people? How many seats in Chase Center? That's a lot of seats got to fill up, sir.
I know it's the
That is a
baskenomics,
lot
right?
of seats that have to
We
fill
got
up.
baskenomics. So
Absolutely, Basconomics.
you
Absolutely, Kate
put
Martin,
Chin out there 3 to 5 minutes a game.
Chin, Kate Martin. I thought, man, it really. I don't know. Based on what I saw in the first half, they may have needed to give Sellers a little bit more time.
What that's what rubbed me the wrong way. But we know it's a baskenomics type of dynamic. You're trying to get a
But
return on that. I'm not saying it's right. It's just I can get you. They can leave you a little confused in days. Like you got
I
slide
also
tackle.
I also feel like they're gonna be like a second half team. Like it takes them the first half to kind of get going and figure some stuff out, and then they just get really, really scrappy and they tighten up the defense in
Okay.
the second half.
Okay.
So maybe Caleb Thornton is gonna be the star here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, I'm trying to figure it out. But I like Teray and definitely LA. Van Loo, did Van Loo play today?
For
I don't remember if
I
Van Loo
don't
played today
remember it either. I'm looking at it right now. Got
Go to
my
state.
tablet.
Yeah, you said is a full moon outside or something? It got to be. It got to be. But then now Robbie, and I would be rude if I just put a person out for being disrespectful. All I ask is the same respect.
Yeah, Van
That's all I
Lumen.
ask. The same respect. But then I'm wrong. She had 6 assists. Thank you, Bree Wayne.
Yeah, 6 and 6. Yeah. 6 points and 6 assists. Thank you, Bree Wayne.
So yeah, I don't know where it's gonna come from. It's gonna definitely like hard hats and lunch pails. That's what it's looking like in Golden State right now. Hard hats and lunch pails, and hopefully a lot of tourist tickets for sales. Like there's people that's coming through the city that want to see a game, looking for something to do in San Francisco, or want an opportunity to see the Chase Center. I think that may get people, get some tickets sold in the beginning. I told you we got Chin, we got Kate Martin, Amir for the international, Teamy, international, Xander Lassini, international. Like, I mean, we gotta go with what we got, man. Van Loo, international. I mean, we gotta go international.
You gotta go with
We gotta go international. You said Tip looked like she ready for retirement 2.0. Maybe she shouldn't have came back this season. Just kept on walking out the door. Okay, I understand.
She's trying to get that little extra pad, that little extra check for, that's all.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do for the retirement. I ain't mad at that. I'm just saying.
She had to get a little
based
extra.
Based on what we saw in Unrivaled and now here, might be headed back to the couch time. Might be headed back to the couch time. I could totally understand it. I could totally understand if she decides to walk away.
I mean, sometimes it just time tells you, the game tells you sometimes when it's you got to walk away. So the game will call you out. So hopefully you listen. Just like coaches, the time tells you when it's wrap it up. And hopefully we listen.
You said wrap it up.
Yeah,
we're gonna find out. Not wrap it up. We're gonna find out.
Right,
so
right.
Let's talk Phoenix a little bit. Let's talk Phoenix because
let's go.
Wait, Tiff Hayes 1 of 7 on threes, 1 of 11 field goals, star PG 1 assist. Yep. Stop it. Bad game. But we just talked about that.
I mean, Satu came out fired up.
Popovich. He's the Hefe now. He's El Jefe now. He's the, what did they make him? President of basketball operations or general manager? Right. What did they make Popovich? Yeah, Popovich got told by time the hard way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to come back in a different role. I mean, sidebar really to the NBA real quick. I didn't expect him to come back in a different role. I just expected Pop to just go and enjoy life, man. He's given so much of his time to the game of basketball, man. Enjoy your golden years. Be a president or something. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but you're right.
President of basketball nets.
I don't remember what it was. It might have been president of basketball operations or something like that, but I don't exactly remember. But yeah, yeah, Pop. Yeah, dang, Pop.
Yeah.
His wife gone though. What is there to do? Damn, I get it. Damn, man, no grandkids or nothing. No. Shit. Yeah, what else is it to do? I respect that. It was cool. Manu and Duncan were at his side when he announced like Royal Guard. I appreciate that. President of Free FM. I knew you was coming in hot. And Bree Wayne following right behind you. Both of y'all with the mess tonight. So President of Free Spurs checks and Malik, their side pieces around. All right. Well, bro, only in this chat, bro. Only in this chat. so
I'm trying to keep it
unserious, dog.
together.
So unserious. You are so unserious. Like, bro, like
Oh, oh.
he might not got that. He might not got that Bill Belichick swag. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. I answered this question. He answered my question. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about right now how I wanna address it because he keep adding other people and talking to other people, and so I know he know what I'm saying. I'm just thinking about.
Oh my
I'm thinking
goodness.
about, and it was a simple question. It was a real simple question that I asked. It wasn't. It wasn't a loaded, disingenuous question like what he came in here with. It was just a simple question. A question I asked everybody. So I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about how I want to deal with that. I'm thinking about how I want to deal with that. Yeah, I didn't see it pop. I didn't see it pop on my screen, Theo, and I kept asking you. But I'm not gonna go back and look at it. You typed all that. You could have just answered the question. I'm gonna think about how I deal with it, and you chose how you dealt with it. So I'm gonna see how I deal with that.
Shake my hand.
Oh, you a Tennessee fan? Okay, good. Let's talk. I love Tennessee too. We gonna talk Tennessee. I love Tennessee. Not right now though, but we'll talk Tennessee. All right, so he's a Tennessee. He's Rocky Top. He's a Rocky Top fan.
Kim Caldwell, the
Rocky
reincarnation
Top.
of Fat
Kim
Son.
Caldwell. Kim Caldwell. That's telling you something about player development right there. Kim Caldwell. We think about who she developed. Man, y'all tell me who
Yes,
Kim
okay.
developed? Rocky Top. Who did she develop? Yeah, Leah King got cut. Yeah.
Just I don't think it was a good fit of a franchise for that
Not the Blue
situation.
Jays. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Creighton.
5 in, 5 out offense. Okay. Y'all say his team. Y'all say Creighton. Will Houston be on the hot seat next season? Last year of her contract, right? And all of these new guns coming. I think so. It goes. It's crazy because will she even be healthy enough to? I'm sorry, Ghost. I was trying to answer your question, but Bree Wayne got stuff in the chat like I'm here for El Jefe. Look, stop. Just cut it out, man. Stop.
Oh.
Stop. Just stop, bro. What's wrong with you? Oh gosh. Okay,
Hefe.
so Will Houston. I hope that Houston is healthy
Healthy.
enough to even
Yeah.
to even like really fight for a position. That's what I wanted to say. I hope that Houston is healthy enough to fight for a position because I do believe that it's the last damn year on that contract. But yeah, Bree Wayne, stop. You here for LFA? How old is Popovich? Okay, I go to sleep. That's my kind of puppy chulo. Oh god, you need your puppy chulo to be over 80. Now how old is? Now, I don't know if he's over 80. How old is Popovich? Okay, yeah, we like what? I'm excited about Tennessee. I can't wait. I can't wait for these Pardo twins. I can't wait for the twins. Y'all know I'm excited about. Y'all know I'm excited about them. 76, almost 80. Almost 80. Okay. So, but I wanted to talk about Phoenix because even without Kai Copper, for what we saw from Golden State, hey Phoenix, who are you? You should be able. You should have been able to beat the Valks.
Well, no, Kyle Copper was out.
Yeah, Kai Copper was out.
Yeah. And so what? So they lost by 5. If you have Kyle Copper, that probably went inside 2, produced Alyssa, AT produced, Natasha Mack produced, Sammy with Sammy did not, which he's capable of. So that might have hurt. Sevi Unsun only had 4. Alexis Prince, Celeste Taylor 9. I think could have did better. Had 9 points. So Kalani Brown had 9. Catherine Westville had 8. So they would I mean, unfortunately, what a difference a Kyle Copper makes. And then Megan McConnell, the rookie, chipped in with 3 points in 10 minutes. So, what a difference. And then in 9 minutes, Tamira Poindexter did not score anything and played in the 9 minutes that she played. So,
Hey,
what a difference a Kyle Copper makes. I mean, we just got to be honest.
Okay, well, that's concerning. That's concerning. If you can't beat the team that people are projecting to finish last in the league, if y'all can't beat them without Kyle Copper, y'all going to the playoffs? How?
Trouble.
Malik, you wanna come up for a debate? I'll ask you. If you want to come up for a debate, if somebody want to come up and debate with Theo, y'all let me know. If y'all want to come up and somebody want to come up and debate.
Right. So I mean, Banji baby. So yeah, I mean,
Benji baby. I thought I seen you in the mansion, and then you bust up as soon as I came in there. What the hell? You can't come in. You can't sneak in the mansion and get no snacks and shit. Don't even speak back. I'm like, hey, you just clicked off on me. What's that? What's up, man? What the hell going on?
So, I got question.
Benji here now. I don't know, Theo. Do you want to come up? Malik could come up. Malik want to come up. We could talk.
Question,
if AT played her regular season minutes, it might have ended with the W. Okay, so you think it was AT?
Okay,
I'll take that. I'll take that, Ghost. I like that. AT. They set AT down. So maybe Phoenix. Not that they just gave the game away, but they was like, "Hey, it's all good." I ain't know it was the voice room. I'm not well versed in the mansion. Oh, it's all. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, you cut out on me." I said, "Oh, okay, well, take the snacks and run. I'm catch you. See why he ain't. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Is it the only way to be disrespectful? Oh yeah, yeah. It ain't just cursing. It ain't just cursing that'll get you. That's not the only thing we consider disrespectful. But
I'm gonna still say what a difference a Kyle Copper makes.
do y'all want to come up for a discussion? It doesn't have to be a debate. You got come up. Y'all two could come up for the discussion. Yeah, I caught you. I got you. You never know where I'll be now.
AT
is maybe heading towards a triple dub, 15, 5, and 6, but only 22 minutes. Okay.
All right. I mean, that's a good point.
Malik, you say he ready.
Let's go.
Look like we got two coming up.
Let's do it.
So here go the link. Copy and paste the link. There go the link. There we go. Rob, you come up too. There go the link. Come on up. What's up, Amos? So copy and paste key. I've been supposed to ask you this, but you know how I take my medicine. Can you help me figure out how to make this thing clickable? I got you. Malik, check the lounge.
I like how you said that word. It's funny. So, clickable.
Clickable. I need to make it clickable for the people. It's something I'm doing wrong. Help me out, Key.
Yeah, I gotta agree, Banji baby. I like Satu. It's a good look with Satu and Phoenix. It was a refreshing.
It's in the lounge chat. Look like some teams could use Carter. You know what? They might have messed up on being able to get Carter.
Yeah, some teams could use Carter.
Carter. Rob the man. Send it to you.
Send it to me, maybe. Make it blue. Oh, make it blue. All right, so
we about to make it blue. I'm about to make you a mod. We about to make it blue.
So honestly, what is this thing about the Nas Hillman and AB, Aaliyah Boston little scuffle? Or
I heard it was nothing. I heard it was like two people. It's no beef, and people sometimes people like to
It was gassing it up.
analyze stuff from what they said. What's up, Amos?
So they was just
I think
talking.
that they having a Bibi again is cool. Okay, you like having it? It's only clickable when you do the horizontal live stream. When you do the vertical. Oh, okay.
We do they coming up, Paul.
Who we predicting to be the champs this year for what? Got to be specific for me.
Huh? Who they referring to? What was that
Who
question?
y'all predicting to be the champs? I don't know. I'm trying to find out right now.
For WNBA?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
FM, you wild. You funny. All right, we got Malik popping up. We need one more.
Where you? I'm waiting on
T.O. WNBA champs. Okay.
the Las Vegas Aces. I'm a Las Vegas Aces fan. I've got the Aces. I got the Aces as the champs. I got the Aces in New York. I'm doing it now, Rob. I got the Aces in New York in the finals.
Yeah, you be lurking all the time. Here we go. Here
What's
we
up,
go.
James? What's up? What's up, James? You had a take you wanted to share before they start they discussion?
Yeah, I will put myself on mute and listen to
What you
this
got?
debate.
Okay, you just wanted to be up. You just came up. Okay.
He's just joining the show.
I was like, did you come up with a take? You just wanted to be up here.
But
Oh,
I
okay.
do got a take.
Okay, so come on, give us your take. He came up
Aces,
here like he wanted to
Aces,
sit up on the couch with us or something. What you got, man?
Aces versus the
Aces,
Liberty
I'm
in
down.
the finals.
What's that?
Liberty
Aces
will
versus
beat the
Liberty.
Aces.
Man,
Aces versus
James, you
Liberty
gonna
in the
catch this
finals.
smoke.
Liberty will beat the Aces ass in Las Vegas.
Oh man, that's gonna get you put off the panel. That's gonna get you put off that nonsense. That old bullshit you up here speaking. See what I'm saying?
Man.
You done threw me off. You done threw me off what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be the main Robert Mob. See this foolishness you talking about. Okay, let me get on what I'm supposed to be doing. Malik, what's up? Introduce yourself to the panel. Tell them your team, please. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Did you freeze?
Malik!
They said,
My mic
James.
was
They said,
muted. My
mic was muted. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you know I'm a Gamecock all day. New Atlanta Dream Team. Y'all know me. Where Buddy at though?
Theo? Call him now. Where Theo at?
We
Call him now.
We're waiting for Theo.
Man, yeah, Theo coming. Theo coming. Theo coming. We got it. I think they making it. They should be making the link blue. I think they're making the link blue.
His service must be nervous, Evelyn.
No. He need the blue link. I think they fixing it now.
James Flatfoot, I'm sorry, you still got me weak, James. He said, my man going for moral support.
James was like, they somebody else is gonna drop it. They trying to make it blue now, but you should be able to copy and paste it though.
He said, Theo, where are you?
What I did is I just type in the whole. I just type in the whole thing on a separate browser.
Emily said your service was nervous, Malik.
Nah.
Now,
Theo,
you don't. Here's the thing, though, Theo. You don't got to wait. You don't got to wait. You could just copy and paste the link and come on up.
Yeah, he could have just wrote it out. He could have went on StreamYard and wrote it out.
Yeah, come on now. You
Hit that home button twice, bro.
procrastinating.
You can see two things at one time.
Nah, come
Check
on
that thing
now.
out, man. We got technology around here nowadays, man.
Come on now. Yeah, you
Well,
gonna get it with the
you
banana
gotta
and
be
the
able to use your
tailpipe,
tools
Theo.
and resources now, Theo.
We got technology, man.
You want me to spell it out for you? Come on. HTTPS ://. Let me know when you're ready for the next part. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know.
But yeah, this
He said he's listening to the link is blue.
listen. This is an easy debate. This one ain't even hard. This ain't even hard.
Check your text, Auntie.
You know, you got a better phone. Android is a better phone.
I'm on Android too. I just type in the whole thing on a separate browser. That's how I did it.
Theo, don't do me like this now, dog. Don't do me like this now.
They don't want no smoke.
Emily, get your rest, fam.
All right, he said he did drop the link again. You can't listen and type in the chat. We got to talk.
Did Sanaa Fagan make the Sparks roster?
Hey, Theo, do you go by any other names on YouTube?
Hope it's not Plastic Man.
We got detectives out. So do you go by any other names on YouTube? Nope. You just Theo 3 and D.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
No, I don't think you Plastic Man. I just asked, did you have any other profiles or names that you've been in this chat or other chats with? But you just Theo 3 and D, a basketball fan. Okay. Rob, that link you dropping is blue. It's blue. It's right above you. You see it? You on that Android, you might gotta go in the light.
Right now, she's
Bree
still
Wayne says
Sanaa
not
Fagan.
blue. Rob said it is blue. I don't know.
We had a chat fan ask about Fagan. Right now, Liasu King was the one that got waived. Fagan is still there.
Rob said it looked blue to him. Y'all say it ain't blue. I don't know. Somebody else look at this thing. Spoiled Brat said blue. It's blue there.
Dang, MJ Love, I got excited. I thought that was him. Dang.
No, I seen you. I done seen you in here as Theo 3 and D. I just asked, have you been in here any other names? That's all.
Well, Liasu King got cut.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, she was an undersized big though, so I mean I understand that.
But Sanaa still holding on. Still yet holding on.
But Don got the development.
What's going on in here? Are we cooking anybody tonight, or what's going on?
He won't come up.
Theo coming up.
All right, cool. So just before he comes up,
Rob saying it's blue. He's saying it ain't blue. I was trying to tell him what it was, so he could just type it out.
What?
You get you a piece of paper and a pencil, write it down on the paper, and then type it out in the StreamYard.
What is he on the phone or something?
I mean, I'm on the phone. It's still easy to be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless you got a VPN that's blocking you from getting on, you should be able to just double click on it and it'll pull you up.
I'm about to go see what I see.
He got a burner phone.
You said you had a burner
You got
phone.
KD Burner.
He got a throwaway
Is that-
laptop.
Is that
I can't
Metro
tell 'cause
PCS?
every
Cricket?
link
Yeah,
that's dropped,
yeah.
every link that's dropped in YouTube right now is
My man's
clickable.
got cricket.
On
He
clickable
got cricket.
on
Coach
YouTube
Cohen, he got
feeds. I don't
cricket.
know.
I didn't know they were still in
Cheese
business.
is clickable. Rob's is clickable. On my end, y'all. So I don't know.
Right.
Oh man. Oh man.
It's
He
not.
got
It
Boost-
might not be
Boost
blue.
Mobile.
Does it have a line up under it? Let me know if it has a line under it on y'all end.
Boy, my man
I
got Boost Mobile.
Hey, Seth, we ain't customer service for AT&T. These cats got to be able to figure this stuff out, man.
I tried to help them.
No, you did though. You did. Is
Exactly.
there anything I can
All
help
right,
you with
good.
today,
Come on,
this
man.
evening?
The bot say it ain't blue.
Is anything else I can help you with this evening?
Oh man, he's like, oh man, hey, at the end of this call, you fill out this 2-minute questionnaire.
Right.
You know how the service was.
Do you have time to fill out a survey?
It is vertical. It is vertical.
Oh,
I mean, even if it ain't clickable though, you can just type it in the thing.
Yeah, you can still
BlackBerry
type it.
phone is great. Oh, you got a Palm Pilot.
Oh dang. You cooking, man.
Hey man, I be talking best. I didn't had Android. I'm a loyal Android user for over 10 years, probably almost 20. It is what it is at that point. Don't give me the line, because if you bring back the old 2-way pagers, you just flip up and type it. Oh, I'll take one of those in a hot second.
Exactly.
You know?
What else you need?
Yeah, exactly.
What you
Don't
need,
tip me
man.
with a good time. I'll tell you, I'll be clicking my ass off. Oh man, my bad, man. I've been listening to stupid nonsense on lives for probably the last 3 or 4 hours, and I just had enough. I couldn't listen to it. Just here. Can I the people that are listening, the party people of the live chat?
What you got?
Can I just give you guys a small PSA, nice little public service announcement?
Let's go.
You don't everything you say doesn't have to be a hot take. It doesn't. Like honestly, like if you just throw out a couple of hot takes during each live, that's fine. Like we can definitely dig in and talk a whole bunch of nonsense about it, but don't come in here. And I'm just saying this based off of the experience that I'm seeing. I wouldn't in no way what I'm saying is endorsed or any other approval of CES and CES Talk Sports and all other channels involved. If you come in here and all you have is hot takes, I'm cooking you. Period. Point blank. Period. And I'll give you a little bit of rope. Let you get out there in the canoe for a little bit. Keep making hot takes, and then we're asking you questions about your hot takes, and then you keep coming up with more hot takes. I'm cooking you. I'm just gonna cook you in front of everybody, regardless. So you'll have time. You'll have fun with me cooking you while we get on with other conversations to actually help people learn different things. Ghost, you already know, man. You already know. I have a certain amount of patience for certain people. I'll ask the questions. Like I'm low key. I go the Rob route. Rob will he'll ask you a few questions. I ain't gonna give away all his secrets, but for the most part, we just want to know where you're coming from. And if you don't want to tell us where you're coming from, we'll find a way to get you there. And then once you get in that little area, we're gonna slam the door shut and lock it. And then you go. Oh, I should have said that before people up or come up for the live. My bad. I probably should have said that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Forget what I just said. Forget that last part.
Listen, I don't even know. I don't even know if Theo is Theo even still coming up here. Is Theo even still coming up here?
It don't look like it. It don't look
I don't
like
even
it.
see.
I
I don't
don't
even
know.
see Theo
Is
still in
Theo
the
a
chat.
bot?
Mm-mm.
Is he a bot or is he an op? Which one is he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rob.
Tennessee fan.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, Tennessee fan that said he needed to know Don. You can't say that Don develops guards unless you could give an exact skill set that she's developed.
Well, it depends on what kind of skill set you're talking about, because there's not just 3 or 4 skill sets. There's dozens of skill sets. And that's Coach Coleman backed me up on this, because this is one thing about the first level thinkers. They only see what they see, right? And even then, when they're watching what's actually happening in a basketball game or in basketball games, they're only seeing what they want to see. As a coach, depending on how much of a nerd you are, coaches are not just looking at the game, right? We're looking at how the game develops. We can tell you from the first quarter, something that happens in the first or second possession of a quarter, to the end of the game, and we can most likely predict what they're going to do at the end of the game if they haven't made the right adjustments throughout the next 3 quarters. We can tell you that, right? Because we're watching the game develop. We're not watching the game to see what we want to see. Because you got to think about this. What if you're watching the game and you're looking for a bunch of 3-pointers to be made, logo threes to be made and attempted? What if they only shoot 2 3-pointers the whole game? The player that you're looking at only shoots 2 3-pointers the whole game. So why are you sitting here watching a game that you're most likely going to be disappointed about? Because your brain won't allow you to see that there was about 1,000 or 10,000 things that happened in that game that you could have got excited about, besides a logo 3.
I think also development of players is also preparing them to make quality decisions in game situations. You know, so I don't always see somebody, if they shoot, because a shooter, somebody can learn how to shoot, but then someone has a natural gift shooting. Somebody just has the mechanics, and that's what you can't teach, right? You can't tell somebody get in the gym and put up shots. They have to do that outside their own. So there's a part in that where development becomes the individual's choice to put more work in, because you only got so many hours of practice, right? And so as a coach, we give what you should work on based on what we're going to do offensively. So we give that in. I gave a binder and they come and work in that. The reason I had a team in Arizona, the boys team hadn't been to the state championship in 10 years. I'm attribute to it, not because I gave them the workout, it's because they came in and committed on and gave up their Saturdays and came and worked on the skills, and then it allowed them to work and earn a trip to the state playoffs that the school hadn't seen in 10 years. Yes, it was my coaching and managing players, but also it was their commitment to getting better. So you have to have those two working together. So you have to have some talent, but then you also have to have the ability to commit to getting better as well, and that's what you have too. So you have to give credit to the individual players as well, that they committed to getting better, and that's what it takes. So, but it's not just playing on the court.
There's a catch-22 in that, coach, though.
Yeah. Can you see the game? Do you know how to use it? It's just like there's some people, when it's ball handling, some people don't even know the reason why you use a crossover. Steal your body, you use a crossover to cross over to the side of the defender to seal the body off. Well, how do you know to cross over to the right or the left? Well, you got to see the defender's foot. Which foot is higher? That's the one you cross away from. Which one is up, because you're going to seal them off on the low foot. So it's teaching those things, right? Right. Why am I going to go behind the back? I'm going to go behind the back because I got him on the left side, and I'm going to put the player on my hip. We're going to seal him with the ball. So the whole thing of a ball handling is to get downhill and to seal a player off with a legal basketball move. And so you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. And that's what coaches have to teach. So
that's a great. I'm going to piggyback right off of what Coach Coleman just said. I was going to say something else, but he made a great point on that. One of the things that a lot of people see, and I'll just throw this out here because there's people in the chat that say that heard their friends say this and a number of other things, and I would delve into agree with them on this certain fact. Kyrie Irving has been noted as being one of the most skilled ball handlers in all of basketball history. I am one that I've seen a ton of ball handlers back in the day, and I'm not going to disagree with that. To a certain extent, I'm going to say yes. However, what I'm also going to say is this. Kyrie Irving stands out amongst ball handlers because of part of what Coach Coleman just told you, and actually most of what Coach Coleman just told you. You don't just go in the gym and do these moves just to be able to do these moves, right? This is part of, the N1, revolution, those, early 2000s, all the way through. Whereas they had a few people get into the NBA, and the NBA were pushing back on it and calling them for violations on some of the street ball stuff that they were doing. The reason why you actually teach the crossover, the behind the back, the hip, the pins, and all that stuff, and the foot placement, is you're teaching people why you're doing the crossover. You're not teaching people just the skill itself and then have them figure out when and why to do it. The elite players do these moves to get the advantage, not just to look fancy, not just to make somebody fall down on the ground and then you hit a jump shot. There's a reason why they do these moves. There's a reason why Kyrie Irving can go right, get cut off by two people, spin back left, and then shoot a nice little floater from about 8 feet all net. There's a reason why he can do that. Many hours of practice, like Coach Coleman said, but also your natural instincts or your natural skills that you get from playing on street ball, playing with your dad who used to play at a high level, learning when and where to do things. One thing that I talked about before, I really haven't shared this story before. Jamal Crawford played in the Seattle Pro-Am as a sophomore in high school. It's about 6'3", just ridiculous handles. And there was a reason, like, he worked on his handles all the time. He carried the ball wherever he went. He was one of those guys. Like, where we'd be at the club, he'd be outside with the ball in his hand and one of his boys sitting next to him. We dap him up because we knew who he was, right? But we know that he worked on those skills. But when he got into the games and he was getting drilled by his high school coach or getting drilled by some of the Sonics in the summer clinics, they were teaching him not only how to do these moves and perfect them, but why you're doing them. Once you figure out the why of why you're doing things, that's when things look really easy, and that's why people stand out above other players. Now, with that said, the one question that I did have, and I know I went all the way around the world to actually do this. One of the things that I had a question about is this. I keep hearing certain people, and I'm not going to label them as first level thinkers or Neanderthals or people that never won anything past a 24-hour men's league championship. I'm not going to say that right now, even though I just said it. No. I'm just saying. Why do people think, and I'm giving you an example here. Pow Pow played at Oregon for 3 years. We had a few people in recent chats and in another live chat say that Don Staley doesn't develop guards. Bigs, but not guards. Yet, Pow came to South Carolina. Her first year, she led the nation in three-point shooting percentage. First year. Didn't do it in Oregon. She actually shot better her third year in Oregon than she did in her first two. The next year, her three-point percentage dropped. This past season, it dropped. However, what you did see more of is her driving to the basket, her finishing on 3 levels instead of just the first level and the third level. She developed a midi, she developed a floater, and she also increased her defensive capabilities by about at least 70%, in my opinion, at least, if not more. But how do you get that? I was told that she got that from Oregon. Now, what that person didn't know is that I went to school in Oregon, and I still keep track of, Oregon sports, even though I'm a Washington Husky. So that's just a civil war altogether. But I kept track of them, and I watched her play. Now, here's the thing that they forgot. They forgot the girl that keeps slapping people used to played there at Oregon, and also Sabali. Sabali played there. They all 3 of them played on the same team. They actually had a 4th person that was a juggernaut. I can't remember her name, but they were loaded. Pow Pow didn't do any of that stuff when she played with those 2 guys, 2 ladies, not even in the slightest. So I don't know what they're talking about or misremembering. We can bring up video right now. She did not play like that at Oregon. She was good, but the
So
reason why she didn't
some
actually
of
play like that,
some of Pow Pow's stats were better. That's what they saying to you in the chat.
But that's not a fact, though. You can go back and see it.
that's what. But that's the thing, though. She tore ACL not once but twice in her first 2 years there. So that's why the stats will freeze midway through the season. Like each time she played, I guess one was like 14 or 15 games, and she tore ACL. She came back. I think she played about close to 20 games, maybe, if I remember right. And then she tore her ACL again, her other one. Right? Her third year, she came back healthy. She's still wearing braces, and then she had some really good numbers that year.
You still talking about Pow Pow? I mean, so
yes.
So if you mind me to share, so with the in here in the chat, to talk about stats in Oregon versus South Carolina, but what we look at is efficiency and production and what you do it consistently for your team. And when you have a different type of program that sits with you, say you're here, this is what you do, and this is what you're going to get better at. And then we forget the other part about is when you have a high quality strength and conditioning program that takes you through a progression. And get you ready, get your body not just ready for college competition, but also for your future endeavors, the NBA level. So to have a rare strength and conditioning coach like Molly, that's something rare. You don't find them a dozen like that. So I am impressed with that formula that they've come up to help players decrease the risk of injury. And also when you don't have to play you don't have to play a lot of minutes because everyone can contribute. Well, I think that's a beautiful thing because you decrease the wear and tear on the player and give them an opportunity to rest their body in college a little bit because pro is going to level's going to demand a lot of them. But defensively, she went through an injury. That is what you mentioned in twitch speed and what speed and agility. What defense is? Defense is footwork, is lateral speed and getting to what angles. That's what defense is. Right. And some coaches do or not, but we coach if you can have explosive speed and defensive angles. So once you understand the geometry of defense, that's what I call it. There's a science of rebounding. I call it the science of rebounding, and then I call it the geometry of defense. Why? It's not how fast you get there, it's seeing where to force the offensive play you want to force into angles. So you want to force the offense to the angles. So you don't have to be the quickest on the court of defense. You have to see and read and force angles. Thank you, Dan. Zalzweedle in the chat, one of my mentors in coaching when I was coaching in New Mexico. Appreciate you. Sending much love to you. Thank you for being my mentor while I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Dan Zalzweedle, thank you.
Salute. Yeah. Well, Coach Coleman actually came. That's a great segue right into my wheelhouse. And as Seth and a lot of the people that have been in the chat knows, I played high school, college, and semi-pro. But defense and rebounding is exactly how I got on the court and stayed on the court. It's what I did. In college, once they knew I had the aptitude to actually play some good defense, I was tasked on guarding the other team's top scorer. As long as he wasn't a 6'7", 6'8" center, they would put me on him. As soon as we walked into the locker room and we had our little scouting reports, whoever's averaging 27 or 28 points a game, my name was right next to that. So when we talk about defense, Coach Coleman's giving you the formula of what it's about. I can tell you the different things about what we had, not only the geometry of it, because we're always taught to actually cut them off, step on that baseline, force them the other way. I was always taught, if I'm going to pick up full court, turn them twice. Make sure you turn them at least twice for no other reason but to disrupt what they're trying to do. Don't let them run it up the court. And also take time off the shot clock.
That's right.
If I'm making you work up the court, at least turning you twice, and then I let you loose, and then I funnel you to the left side, which is your weak side. Not only have I run about 8 seconds off the shot clock, but I have you in a position that you're uncomfortable with. Right? You want to get to your strong side. Most players are right-handed. I'm not going to let you go to your right side easy. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna step on your right foot, and I'm going to force you left. If you try to come back right, I'm just going to slap the ball from behind you, and we're going to take off the other way for a dunk. That's what we do on the defensive end. I'm the one that was chasing people around 3 or 4 screens every other possession to make sure that I could the shot. That was my job.
Let me answer this question right here. I want to answer this question because Go said, are folks weighing stats heavier for Pow because he played in the SEC? Because HBL never gets credit as a defensive guard. HBL doesn't get credit as a defensive guard because she's not a defensive guard.
Because she wasn't.
I can't. She doesn't get credit as a defensive guard because she's just not a defensive guard.
Right.
But that doesn't mean. But understand that doesn't mean that her year in the SEC wasn't needed. Like HBL needed to go to needed everything that year in the SEC gave her, so that she could go to TCU, bring her draft stock back up, her confidence back up, and her toughness up. Like she's never going to be defensive guard. I don't give Pow more credit because she played in the SEC. I give Pow more credit because at the end of her time at the SEC, she was closing out and playing defense better. Because she turned into a guard that could be what you saw in Atlanta, which was be able to be a floor general and run the offense, right? Like that's what I get Powell credit for. That wasn't coming out of Oregon. And she knew that she needed it from Dawn in South Carolina so much that not only did she come for 1 year, she signed up to come back another year when she could have went pro, because she knew that she needed what South Carolina was pouring into her to be able to be successful in Atlanta right now. If not, she would have either went to the WNBA or gotten a portal with somewhere 100%.
else.
100%. She needed what Dawn was able to put into her. Because regardless of whether or not I can call a skill set about what Dawn trains on, there's not a better guard that you can study under in women's basketball right now. She's been everywhere that you wanted to go twice, at least. So so here's the thing. And even if I can't give you a skill set that she's trained you in, she's gonna drop more jewels out of her mouth just bumping into her in the 4 years that you're there than you could get from most college coaches in most programs, as far as about how to be a guard, about how to be a pro, about how to be a big, about how to play at the next level, about how to stay ready, about how to sit the bench, about how to start, about how to do all of those things. You don't get that. You get that from Dawn State.
Can I answer Ghost real quick? Because he said he said that the HVL stats is better than Powell's. HVL played a full 4 years uninjured. Powell missed 2 full seasons basically. So of course her stats are gonna be better, especially when she was at Louisville and LSU. She was playing damn near the whole game. Of course her stats are gonna be better. So you saying that to say what?
Yeah.
And skills and blocks don't
like you
correlate
can't.
the defense. They don't always correlate the defense. That's why you see people in the NBA complaining about people winning Defensive Player of the Year, but they can't guard no damn body. They just happened to be in the right spot at the right time. Somebody who actually playing defense, who actually playing defense is pulling them into
exactly.
We got to know the game, man. We got to know it.
Because on
we
the
got
pro
75
level,
in the chat. Run them likes up for me. Run them likes up on both on all the platforms. Go
on
ahead.
the pro level, when the game is on the
Malik,
line, you're gonna have to stop somebody 1v1. Run them live. You're gonna have to face guard.
Or Coach Coleman. Here's the other part of it. There's this thing that we used to call, the face guard was like, if you couldn't, see, that's why me and Coach, I connect with Coach on this because we're on the same level when it comes to this. When you're not a strong defender, good coaches will basically have you face guard a player, and what that means is that no help side. Right. Don't worry about who has the ball or whatever the case. Your job was to keep that player in front of you. That's it. It's one of the most rudimentary, elementary ways of playing defense. In the long run, it's not effective. But for the most part, what it's teaching you to keep that player between you and the basket and you and the ball. That's it. Now, here's the other part of it. The other part of it is there's this thing called superstar defense. Superstar defense is when, let's say you're at the top of the key and it's you guarding that person. There's no help side. There's nothing. They're bringing the ball up or they're at the top of the key. It's you. There's no help. Nothing. What superstar defense is that you may not have the physical attributes to be able to stay in front of somebody or even force them certain ways or whatever the case may be. What superstar defense looks like, though, your footwork is fantastic. You're in the defensive crouch and you're moving your feet and you're running to cut people off. Your hands are up and all that stuff, and it looks good. And then the only time that you really get real credit for it is that if you do all that stuff and then they take the shot and they miss, they'll say, yes, that was great defense. And what they don't realize is that when HBL guarded people, she was excellent at making her defense look like it was defense. But if you go back and look at the people that she guarded, they got almost every single shot they wanted on her. But that's what it is. If you
she was like a matador.
Defense look well, and they miss shots. They call that good. Right. Her job was to make sure that her defense didn't look as bad as it actually was. And I'm not saying she was a terrible defender. She definitely hustled. Right. The one thing about her is that she never gave up on plays. If you watched her play defense, she never gave up on plays. It was just the fact that she wasn't the athlete to guard some of the players that people were putting her on. Louisville's coach was very smart on hiding her on the slowest guards, or even she would actually guard wings.
Come on,
she would guard wings.
You can't forget the most important part of this whole thing, though. Remember,
what's that?
Remember, somebody suggested that she needed a click, clack, crackle. Remember that. Remember that it wasn't until she got to Louisville that she actually addressed the need of the prosthetic that made her be able to slide better. Right. With having the one leg longer than the other and then the 1 foot smaller than the other and all of that she got going on. So there are challenges just there to her mobility, period. Like that is a real challenge to what it is that she's doing. So when I say like she's never gonna really be that defensive stopper that y'all talking about, I'm not being funny. It's limitations there. So she's got a prosthetic. She's working on being able to use that, right? She said in the article she talked about them working the left side of her body out more to be able to help her in those areas. So those are all things that she's doing.
Hey, Seth, hold on. Can I get the chat? If you with us on this, can I get can we get a hashtag click crack clack
oh my god
clack crackle.
Oh man.
Crackle. I'm not saying it right. Hold on.
It was a quick clack crackle. So, but Ghost, in response to by y'all hashtagging that, in response to what Malik was saying, Ghost said, so you're speculating on her potential based on her injury. That's fine, but it's not numbers based. So, are you making an assumption based on her injury? I didn't.
That don't make sense.
I didn't know if you want to respond.
What in the past injury of Pow? Is that what you're saying?
No, well,
yeah,
that's the thing. He's comparing
right?
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, she still was effective. She still helped her team be successful.
Ghost, I told you this before. I actually even said that when I first got on. We don't need
remember,
this to keep the conversation going.
Hey,
Ghost jumped in and said, "I'm gonna play the role of Theo until Theo gets here." We don't know where Theo 3-D went. This is how we got here for real. I need for y'all to remember that. I need for y'all to remember that. Ghost was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be Theo till Theo can figure out how to get the link going." Remember that part, okay? Because like Ghost is like, "Hey, okay,
Theo,
I'm just saying what Theo would say if Theo was here." That's what Ghost is saying.
What Theo would say. Okay, all right.
Well, Ghost did say that. Yeah, Ghost did say that.
As far as potential,
I'm tripping.
Ghost. Oh damn!
Yeah, Ghost is my dude, man.
Theo, Ghost say, "I'm Theo Sexy Young." See, yeah, Ghost was just trying to put some narrative here. I need y'all to remember that. 76 in the chat, y'all. Run them likes up. Let's go. Because the math ain't math, and I see 37 likes. I see 76 of y'all in here. It only take a second. Double tap that screen, hit the like, and when you hit that like, hit the share. I need 5 of y'all to share this thing. 5 of y'all to share this thing and put share in the chat. Let them know we live. Let's go.
But yeah, as far as the numbers and power, it will be on power potential.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. We gotta.
If power can come in and show she
and
play
that's the
defense,
thing too.
that you would say is potential, but she knows she can play defense. It's no longer potential anymore. So now you have to say, all right, what is the baseline here? HVL played more minutes, so of course she's going in certain areas. Probably, if you go back to points per game, you would say HVL had more numbers. But if you was to put both of them beside each other, would you say HVL was a better player than Powell? Would you say HVL was a better scorer than Powell?
No.
No.
Well, so that's the thing. You're going off of, a lot of people go off a total. Yeah, they go off of total numbers though. Like if you Seth and I talked about this before. Seth, she goes in and she actually will go in when people actually try to put numbers against certain people. So, what she and I will do is that we'll break it down to the 30 per 36 minutes or per 40 minutes, I guess it's in college. And that will give you a good at least as close of a comparison that you can have when you have players that don't play the same amount of minutes or the same amount of games.
Yeah, Lay is a perfect example of that. Lay was averaging 11 this year, but per 40, she was averaging 25.
Something like that. Yep.
Yeah, her per 40 was like 24.5 or something like that. Gabby Williams out this year, not that I heard.
Exactly.
Is that right? How do we decide who is and who isn't?
Better not be right.
Gabby Woods is not playing Eurobasket.
Seattle's my team, by the way.
She's gonna be focused on Seattle throughout the season.
She's gonna focus on Seattle and not play Euro basketball. Play Euro basketball out on Euro League, I believe is what they're saying.
Let's get some
how do we decide who is and who isn't a defensive guard?
You got to watch the game.
Stay with Dominic Malonga.
A defensive guard, to me, a defensive guard is somebody that could change the outcome of the game with their defense. They can lock somebody up. They can shut down the best player. The best example of a defensive guard, Raven Johnson.
Yeah.
When you see that 6'2" wingspan,
that's not. And she don't. Raven. Here's the thing. Raven might not even lead college in steals. She might not lead in blocks. But when it's time to go shut somebody down,
you put Raven right there.
Yeah. I mean, Ghost. So Ghost, let me know. Are you asking this question or is Theo asking this question? Is Raven getting drafted next? So is Raven getting drafted next year?
Come on,
I need to know what voice.
Come on now,
I need to
Ghost.
know.
We
I need
had
to
light
know.
before
I
we
need to
go.
know. I need to know. Are you Theo Light right now, or you being Ghost? I need to know. So
I got a question for you guys.
So we address it. So we address it properly. So we I don't want nobody holding nothing against you. That's what I'm saying. So I need to know.
Defensive.
I need to know.
Defensive guards in the W.
So
do you guys consider Courtney Williams to be a defensive guard?
Hell yeah, Raven is getting drafted next year.
So here's the thing: people have to keep in mind that pro scouts don't always look at the stats when they're scouting a player with their franchise. They're looking at what they do and what they do consistently, what they do well, and that's what they're needing for their franchise at that time. And then how they can develop them into what they're looking for too, right? Because the development is always will always be, right? You just don't stop when you get to the pro level. So I think you have to keep it in mind. Nobody's going to say, let me see what their plus minus. Nobody's going to look at, well, this player played more than that. They're actually looking at how they run up and down the court, where's their speed, how they hustle, their body language, all this other combination of stuff, and seeing if it fits with the philosophy of their franchise or the philosophy of the coach at that time, the coaching staff. The coaching staff because the coaching staff is supposed to buy into the philosophy of the head coach. And so does this player fit into our philosophy, and did it look like from the outside looking in, does this player fit well with the veterans we have coming that we know is coming back? So it's a lot more than just looking at the stats, but can they possibly get along well?
Go say a magician never reveals his tricks. Hey, okay, Dr. Strange. I'm just saying, watch your back. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You better be able to make a portal. You better be able to make a portal is all I'm saying, man. Hey, you ain't got to reveal your tricks over here.
A second and third level of what Coach Coleman just said. So what Coach Coleman said is spot on. What the worst thing that if you have kids, if you have nieces and nephews that are coming up and trying to make a name for themselves, maybe hopefully get a scholarship to have their college paid for in whatever sport that they participate in. This is a tip that I'm going to give you, and I know Coach Coleman's going to endorse it. One of the things that you do not want to do anymore, I know this was a thing back in the day, do not do this. When somebody asks you for game film or game tape or game video of your kid, do not send them a highlight reel. Do not send them a highlight reel, because I'm going to tell you right now, the vast majority of coaches are going to just throw it away. They're not going to watch it. Give them a whole game. And why do, and I'll throw it to Coach Coleman. Why do people need to send a whole game instead of highlight reels?
Because if it's high school and college coaches want to see how you respond in real time and throughout the game situations, and how you get along with your players, the bench, if you go to the bench. So it's a lot of things that coaches they just don't want to see you putting the ball in the hoop or rebounding. They want to see how you respond to everything that's going on in the game.
100%. 100%. They watch everything. They'll watch if your video doesn't cut off, like if you don't have an editor for your video where the timeout, it's a 30-second timeout, they're watching you walk to the bench. You turn the ball over, timeout on the floor. They're watching you walk to the bench. They're watching to see if you sit next to your teammates. They're watching to see if you're throwing towels or are you listening to the coach while they're in the huddle after you made your turnover or bad play, or maybe you're 2 for 8 for the game. They're watching all of that. They want to see how you handle adversity, not just when everything's good. Everybody can throw together a highlight reel. Even the worst person can throw together a highlight reel. Well, what happened? Oh, yeah. Hey, man, that's what it is. Goodness. They still call it film. Go listen to some of these basketball games. They still call it film. On film, this dude he jumps off the tape They still
just
say
call
that.
it
So I'm not
highlights
the only
now,
one.
NJ. They just call it highlights.
Yeah. They call it highlights now. Yeah. So don't ever send a highlight reel. Don't do it. Send them the whole game, right? I mean, and because that's what coaches do. Like I said, I was assistant general manager for a semi-pro team up in Vancouver for 2 years. My job was to go through all these videos that people would actually send, by email and by video storage and all that stuff. And I had to sort through the ones, and I had to actually send over the ones that I felt that the GM and the coaches would want to look at. Right? Every time they sent me a highlight reel, delete. I don't have time for that. I have more time to watch a full game than I do to watch 10 highlight reels that tell me nothing but when things are good for you. So unless you're averaging 40 a game, then I'll watch your highlight reels. But if you're averaging 15 a game and you're sending me highlight reels of you, hitting, 4 or 5 shots in a row, delete. I don't have time for it. Oh, I didn't have time for it then, right? So be smart about what you guys do as far as your preparations go. Oh, one thing that's what I forgot. Sorry, I'll say this and then I'll sit back for a minute. So one thing I forgot that Coach Coleman was letting you guys know about was the fact that you guys, one of the things that people have to put into effect is that not only do you have your time spent with the team, during practice, during walkthroughs, during training, during conditioning, that part of it. Once practice is over, you have open gym time. Now, the one thing is they don't want you practicing and spending too much time on the court. And for one reason, old school people don't want you to do it. And I'll say one name, Isaiah Zeke Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, after they had lost to the Lakers in 1989, he commenced to shoot shots every day for 8 hours a day. 8 hours, and this he'll tell you himself. 8 hours a day, he would go into the gym and just shoot. Gooseneck, different shots, floaters, jumpers. By the time after they had went back to back, the next year that he came, that he was coming into the league, he had a wrist injury. He had basically almost shot his wrist off. Basically, it was to the point where it was degenerative, like the cartilage in your knee that doesn't grow back. They had to go in and do several surgeries. His shooting was never the same. He retired about a year or two after that. They don't want you in the gym for hours at a time. They want you in the gym for your quality workouts.
Yep.
So when we tell you to go into the gym, make sure that every movement you make, every shot you take is the quality. Game shots. Don't come in here messing around. Get those shots in because we do not want you. You can come in like a couple of times during the week, but the season's about to start up and we don't want you getting any soft tissue injuries or, getting sore and we have to sit you out. You can't go in at any time and work on these different things, especially when the season's coming up or if it's in season. So all of your gym time has to be quality gym time. Thank you, Brittany. Exactly. 100%.
You got to pick 'em for tomorrow. You got to pick 'em for tomorrow.
We got one game today.
Somebody buy me a Coca-Cola tonight. Somebody hit the Cash App, buy me a Coca-Cola tonight. Let's go with the pick'ems. Let's go with the pick'ems before we get back to the conversation.
Well, I guess what's his name ain't coming, so I'll bow on out, man.
I don't see Theo. I mean, you can always hit the link and come back if Theo show up, but I don't see Theo. I don't see Theo. Theo stopped talking in the chat and everything.
What is that? Yonder. Wait a minute.
Looking for me next time with a flashlight. Looking for me.
We have y'all ready for the pickups? We have pickup time. Michelle K85 Fly.
We are ready.
Right. Pickup time. we got one game tomorrow, Monday. Well, today, Monday, May 12th, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Toyota Antelopes against the New York Liberty. Who you got, Liberty or Toyota? Fire up the chat. 1, 2, 3. Get loose. Fire up the chat. What's your pick 'em? That's the only one for today.
Only waiting on the pickups to come in. Let me remind y'all, do not miss the live VIP, the VIP live tomorrow. If you are not a member, it ain't too late. Hit that link, join the VIP. You don't want to miss the VIP. Take some wrong. We and Rob the Man Media. You got to be a member on one of the platforms. Hit that join. Oh no, he don't want that 5G smoke. Is there a line? I don't know if it's a line. I don't know if it's a line on Liberty.
Antelopes. Michelle K85 NYC. Is there a line? Liberty by 80. Vito put Liberty, Amos, Liberty.
Yeah, pretty much. They're gonna win by a lot. But Stewie's out, so it might not be as much. But
when you on the panel, man, look, I got to do with how I'm talking to myself. When you're on the panel, you can't put it in there. I'm picking on myself because I always like to vote too. So I'm picking on Toyota loses by 35 points. Brittany picks Liberty by 25. You being nice, Brittany. You being nice. I think you being nice. That's so nice of you. That's nice, Brittany. You so nice. All right. We're getting ready to close. If we don't have any more pickups, we get ready to close for May 12th. We're in May 12th. Michelle Harley picks Liberty. All right. We're going to close in 10 seconds. Here we go. The countdown. I'm about to blend this. I feel like I'm about to blend the next song, Auntie. Blinging this boops. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Someone got to have a little faith. 4, 3, 2, 1. I gave them. You picked them. They're closed for May 12th game. Toyota
close.
And the Liberty.
Nah, not an 83 Celica. You probably more like a Super or something anyway. You probably want something more like a Super or something for you. We appreciate y'all pulling up and rocking with us. If you did not hit the like on the way in, hit that like on the way out. Make sure you join that VIP. You don't want to miss the VIP content coming towards you. We got hot takes at noon. And then we got now joining the conversation with Coach Rowe at 9 before our coverage for the last WNBA preseason game. So appreciate y'all pulling up. If you didn't hit that like. If you hit that subscribe, what you waiting on? Until next time. Let me see. My dad had a Celica when I was a kid. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Y'all stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all.